welcome to Mental Music, the podcast for teens by teens, exploring mental health from a teen's perspective. My name's Tom.
And my name's Gordon. And this episode we'll be discussing OCD and how it can affect people in from a mental standpoint. So, Tom, you mentioned earlier that there was a difference between OCD and a similar disease, OCPD.
I don't think it's right to call it a disease. I think it's more of
a condition.
I think it's more of a condition or a trait that can be carried on.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so there are two different conditions, which are OCD and OCPD now. OCD stands for obsessive compulsive disorder, which we'll talk about first up in a bit. And the second one is obsessive compulsive personality disorder.
Yeah.
And although they sound similar, and although you'd think they might be similar, they're actually quite different. Although still within the same field. Realm. There we go. So they're still inside the same realm, and yeah, so we'll be talking about that later on.
So it's like a same world, different country.
Yeah. So up today we have 3 songs: Loving You by Lovely Smile, Voicemails by Brendan Joyce, and You Caught Me Crushin' by Carolyn Dare. Now we'll start off with Loving You by Lovely Smile, and hope you enjoy.
Wish I could read your mind now. Wish I could tell you how I feel, but how? To me, you are like the sun. I need you to make my day bright. Loving you is my addiction. Can't get you out of my mind. Do you feel the same way? Telling you don't ever change 'cause you the way you are. You're my boo, you're my only, my everything, my baby. So sitting on the rooftop crying doesn't look like I'm trying. You better tell me in the end that you're worth fighting for. Tell the real story, why aren't you with me? How can I describe you? I'm lost in the sea. Imagine the winter without the snow. Picture reality, it's me alone though. It's not a real story, why aren't you with me? How can I describe you? I'm lost in the sea. Imagine the winter without the snow. Picture reality.
Welcome back after that break. So today we've been talking about OCD and OCPD, and now I think we're going to talk about how it affects people and what stories we've had with it.
Yeah, I mean, we've all, as society, had stories to do with OCD. I mean, everyone has a bit of an aspect of OCD within them. Whether or not it's serious, we can all relate somewhat to the issue.
Now, us two have mostly the same friend group, but we do have a couple of, like, outside friends that we don't really... I don't know, we don't... Like, I don't know much
Carry
about
on.
your outside friends, you don't know about much of my outside friends.
Yeah. So, like, outside of school.
Yeah, outside of school, or just, like, I have friends that no one in our group or you
Knows.
have met,
Yeah.
and you have the same, vice versa. So do you have any friends with OCD or OCPD?
I had some friends in Sydney who had OCD.
I mean, I imagine it'd be hard to have a friend with OCPD, but...
Well, I mean, it depends if they're male or not, you know. I suppose. Yeah, I've had some friends. I have friends in Sydney with OCD, and they have been diagnosed with it. And I think it's fun to see people who don't have OCD
Compared to people that do.
that do, because there are aspects of OCD that people with OCD have, and then there are aspects with people without OCD that they claim they have OCD.
Oh, sorry,
like-
quick, before
yeah,
you continue with
carry
that, I forgot to mention in the last segment that there are actually ways of treatment for OCD and OCPD,
Yeah,
which
we
is...
can discuss that along the way.
Yeah, I know, I just thought I'd say it now because we were on the topic of it before, but
Alright,
it
yeah.
can be treated with medication or psychology, mainly.
Self-help's also a thing.
Self-help
I read about
also.
self-help.
If you have the book
So-
Heal... I'm kidding, I'll talk about that in a bit.
Okay.
Another
It's,
episode.
Self-help's one of those. This is one of the rare conditions which can actually be helped by self-help. Sort of getting the mindset around it. You can fix it if you really, really feel that you can.
But yeah, anyway, back to your story of...
Yeah. So if you look at the contrast between people who have OCD and the people who don't, considering the fact the relative fact that we all have a bit of OCD, it just might not be as serious as people who actually have been diagnosed with full-on OCD.
Full-on OCD.
Yeah, it's full on. It's not even half-assed. Not a it's not self-diagnosed.
Yeah.
These people with self-diagnosed OCD that might scientifically not have it.
It would be quite a mild level of OCD.
Yeah. Well,
like
it's fun to see how they deal with it.
Yeah, like I wouldn't self-diagnose myself with a very high level of OCD, but I would give myself a mild level.
Like you're a perfectionist.
I'm not a perfectionist, but I do like my things to be perfect. Like,
What is that saying? Oh no, don't worry.
Contradiction.
I'm not. I was born in England, but I'm not English. What are you talking about? What? No.
No, what I'm saying is, sometimes I do like things to be perfect. Like if I was arranging a poster, if I was decorating something, I'd need it to be perfectly aligned. Like just the other day, I was trying to align a rug, a couch, a TV, and what is it? Like a cabinet.
Futon? Oh no, yeah.
Also a piano as well, because that was in the room.
You have a piano?
I do have a piano. I don't use it. No one in our house
should've
uses
known
it. It's
that.
just a piano that just sits
Yeah, I've
there.
seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
But I was trying to arrange that room and just like I'm just constantly shoving the rug like an inch, then looking at it, then shoving another inch, then looking at it. And went, oops, actually no, I need to pull
It's
that
wrong.
back a centimeter.
Yeah.
And that's just my perfectionist side of things. But then I'm not really the kind of person that'll constantly be checking. Okay, do you have this and this? Okay, that's good. Okay, do you have this and this? I know
Do
I
you
just
still
asked,
have
but I'm
it?
sorry, but
Has the status changed
did
in
you
the last
did
10
you drop it?
seconds?
No, it's okay. Sometimes, although when because our friend group often hosts like hangouts and stuff. I think we
Yeah.
have one tomorrow. Well,
Yes, we do.
obviously not tomorrow's in the 20
As of the
whatever.
time-
As of the time we record this video tomorrow.
This has been recorded.
Um,
Who knows? I might die at it. Jeez, getting dark again.
But whenever we have these hangouts, often it's not very well organized. We often
Hey,
well,
what
no.
about mine,
We
you
do
know?
organize them quite well. It's just sometimes when we organize things,
So-
it's organized like a day or two before it
Oh, yeah.
happens, and then
So
we're like,
are you
oh wait, I
saying-
can't come.
Are you saying it would help if more people had OCD when it came to organising the events? Or an OCD view on it? Obsessive compulsive view on it?
I guess it would kind of help a little bit, but not if we had a lot, because if you have a lot, it'll just be too hectic because people are like, no, we need this, no this, no this, and kind of just carry on in a loop. But if we had just like 1 or 2 people, and those were the people actually organizing it,
Yeah.
that way we can just, a week before the event instead of 2 days before the event, we can just have
everything in
the
order.
details,
We know
the
what's
place,
going
the
down.
time, the
Yeah.
people, the prices of whatever it is if we're doing something. We just have that locked in instead
Yeah.
of constantly changing it
Planning.
until the last minute, literally.
Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Ooh,
Yeah,
I like that.
that's nice. I'm gonna
There
quote
we
you
go.
on that. I'm
No,
quoting
don't
you
quote
on
me,
that.
quote. That was someone else. I guarantee you someone else said that.
Yeah, someone else.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for the.
No,
jeez.
people often make quotes and then like, oh no, wait, someone else probably
If
said
it sounds good, someone's likely already said it.
that. Yeah, if it's if that's gonna be your quote. If a quote
Yeah.
sounds good, someone else has probably said it.
Okay.
I can quote you on that one now. No, someone else
Okay, I'll
probably
give
said that
you
one.
that. I'll give you
Someone
that.
else has
No,
probably said that.
I'll let you quote me on that.
And-
Yeah, it's good to find the balance between organization and lack of hecticness.
Yeah, I say OCD. Some people see it as a burden sometimes
yep.
because it makes things always like hectic and stressful for them. But sometimes it can be quite helpful. You know, if you're planning for a trip overseas or you're going camping, it's quite good just to. I feel like quite often when I've seen my OCD at work, and I mean when I've seen my OCD actually being active, it's often when I'm making lists or preparing for something, and I often make checklists. And that's quite helpful when it comes to studying or packing or really anything, to be honest.
Yeah, you got to find the balance between administration and order. You can't be too you can't be too far on any side of the spectrum. You can't be too organized. Well, you can't be too energetic when organizing, because then it becomes you lose the order, and then you lose all sense of organization. And you can't be too ordered, because then you don't have any. When it comes to social situations, at least, you don't have any. You're not really experimenting enough, so you're not being energetic or enthusiastic enough to have fun if you're too ordered about it. And I think that's the crux of OCD, the obsessive compulsive disorder, because they're OCPD. There's too much order, and so they're unable to. The people who suffer from OCPD are unable to find a balance and have enough and have fun. That's why they resort to being more introverted and straying further away from group activities and stuff. Whereas people with OCD, they make sure everything's organized, and they lose track of order, and then in some very severe cases their life can fall apart because they're just they seek perfection and they're unable to find it because it cannot be found in some situations.
I think one of the most common things that I think a while ago when we were talking about phobias and pet peeves, you didn't know what a pet peeve was until I had to explain it to you.
Yeah, well, I'd heard the term used, I just didn't
Yeah.
know the definition.
But the thing with OCD is that it could almost be a pet peeve in itself of like, say, because I have like a mild OCD, if I would, one of my pet peeves is seeing things that don't align. Like at the moment, I'm looking at this wall with these soundproof things, and like this one square is slightly rotated and it's agitating. Like my fingers are slightly twitching because of it.
Well, that's... Can we get that checked, Tom?
like I really want to just move it. All that I need to move that up and just raise it a little bit. But
Yeah.
it can. Sometimes it's annoying, but other times it
mean.
helps. Especially, actually, I helped organize my my brother's party, and he was asking me for help. He's like, "Hey, does this look right?" I'm like, "Okay, well, that rope is 19 meters, so you need this light at least like half, and then you do that another half and another half." And he wasn't. He ended up listening to me in the end, and it actually looked really nice. But
Yeah. I see what you mean. This one time last year, I was walking down my street, and there were a couple of trees along the side of the pavement, and I thought to myself I could be the biggest rebel to myself by walking on the outside of the tree on the roadside, and I thought to myself,
no.
this is great. My OCD, my personal OCD is just gonna go. It's gonna go through the roof. And I've been developing.
Oh, like when someone opens a packet of chips upside down.
I don't get affected by that. I suppose, yeah. It
Or
was
actually-
from that point onwards that I developed a resistance to my obsessive compulsive tendencies.
Or actually, I only do this actually, I don't do this at all, but like when you have a Kit Kat and it's like the 2 rows, but then you like just eat the 2 rows instead of breaking it into one single row and then eating it. You just eat both 2 rows.
I see what you're saying.
I hate that.
Okay, well that's you, not me. See, there's the difference. Tom definitely has something he needs to... No.
I need to get it checked out, man.
No, I mean, Tom's got a more vivid example of obsessive compulsive tendencies, whereas I have been trying to... Well, there you go, self-help. I've been trying to develop a resistance to it. And over time, it's become less prevalent in my life. So even though neither of us may have OCD, it's more apparent in Tom's life, as he's been explaining.
But yeah, so I think that's really all there is to it.
Yeah.
It's
I enjoyed that.
It's quite broad, but at the same time, like it's a broad subject, but at the same time, it's inclusive. And so it's, yeah.
So OCPD is one of the subtopics of OCD, and there are many more, but OCPD is the more common one because it affects one in 20 males and 1 in 40 females.
I feel like an OCD and OCPD, I don't feel like one of them is a subtopic of the other. I feel like they're both the same but different topics.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of another example, but I feel like OCPD is not a subtopic of OCD. It's more of just like a brother.
Same world, different country. Yeah, as I said before. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think that's a good wrap-up point. So next up we have a song.
Yeah, so next
ahead,
up
go
song.
ahead, Tom.
Sorry, I was gonna continue anyway.
Go ahead.
You Caught Me Crushing by Carolyn Dare.
There you go. So we'll have a listen to that, and we'll be right back with the outro. See ya.
Play hard to get. If you haven't figured me out yet, if thorns are all that's left, would you wait around for the roses? I'm a Sunday driving your red Ferrari. I'm a strong denial when I know you've got me. If I say it's nothing while I'm blushing, there's a pretty good chance it's something. One of those head in the clouds, lost in everything except what's supposed to be thinking about. But right now, I'm not playing it cool, but you see right through, yeah. I guess I'm busted. You caught me crushing. My friend could pass you a note, or I could slip it into your locker. Pretend like I don't know about the hints that I keep dropping. I'm the New York to your city lights, to the football, to your Friday night. If I say it's nothing while I'm blushing, there's a pretty good chance it's something. One of those head in the clouds, lost in everything except what's supposed to be thinking about. But right now, I'm not playing it cool, but you see right through, yeah. I guess I'm busted. You caught me crushing. C to the R to the USH. Come on, boy, what you gonna say? Crush, just a little crush. You better step up or you're gonna get dumped. If I say it's nothing while I'm blushing, there's a pretty good chance it's something. One of those head in the clouds, lost in everything except what's supposed to be thinking about. But right now, I'm not playing it cool, but you see right through, yeah. I guess I'm busted. You caught me crushing.
welcome back from that song, and we hope you enjoyed it, as well as the episode. If you found it fun or you found it interesting and intriguing, please send us your feedback at www.mentalmusic.org, and you can also find the songs there, and you can listen to our other podcasts there. If you enjoyed the songs, they're in the description, and we hope you can send in your own stuff, because as always, we're happy to have your stuff on the show so we can play it to you guys.
Now, we're always looking for nice comments, so if you have anything to say to us, send it in.
Even if it's not like critical feedback, as long as you can really give us the motivation to keep doing this, it helps. It does.
And along with that, if you have any topic ideas that you'd like to send through to us,
we'll
please...
be happy to take into account what you have to say, see what the interest is like.
And please also evaluate on it a little bit so we know what exactly you want to learn about that, and we can touch on it in a future episode.
If there's something you are interested in and don't know enough about, if in the mental health field, send it to us and we can have a discussion about it. Yeah, so if you want to have a story that you want to share, come on the show or send us an email.
And
we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I think we're going to be taking interviews sometime in some future episodes, and these interviews could be anyone, really.
Yeah, not just professionals. We can have people with just a good story to tell. They're always a lot of fun.
But yeah, so if you like this episode and you want to catch up on any others, you can catch us on SoundCloud.
And iTunes.
It's on the SoundCloud. It's on iTunes, which is easily accessible through the iTunes podcast app. And so just search up Mental Music and you should find it. It's the blue one with the big white M on it.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah, we're also on
we are.
Yeah,
Sin Nation, Wednesdays at 5. So as always, wherever you listen to us, chuck us a thumbs up, give us a like, and make sure to
give us a like.
Sorry. Oh, jeez, delving into the YouTuber realm.
Not yet, mate. Not yet. Hopefully not ever.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Well, so we'll see you next fortnight. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're doing this fortnightly now.
Well,
we have been for a while. Anyway, yeah. So we'll see you in the next 2 weeks, and hope you enjoyed.
Yeah. See you then. Thank you for listening.